go, fault lines. Want us all freaking confused.
Live from across the divided states of America, it's time now for
Shane's
another
looking
edition of the
straightforward.
most disruptive show, covering news, politics,
These guys
and
are on
events from across
drugs.
the most
See how Shane
divided
looked
states.
through the
We call
exposed
America.
fourth wall.
Over here on the politically
I found
independent
their
side of
teleprompters.
things. I'm your
There are
political
two of them.
analyst, Shane Stranahan.
And in the left corner,
Shane's got one too. Look at him looking right at us. Right there again, he does.
Political analyst Jamarl
And with us
These
together,
guys
that
are
means you're
reading.
listening
You can
to
tell
Fault
when
Lines
someone's
with
reading.
Thomas and Stranahan.
You can see where their teleprompters are.
And there
Right
we are.
here.
Good morning again,
Jamarl's
everybody. It's just past 7 a.m.
State
Eastern.
Trooper
It's December
glasses.
22nd as we head into the end of 2021. And heads up, folks. This is the last day we're going to be on this week, and also the last day we're going to be on next week, too. And then we're coming back. Oh, wait. Yes. Of course. And then
Shane
we're
didn't
coming
show
back
up
on the
this
3rd
morning.
3rd of December. I mean, 3rd of January, 2022. My goodness.
They have them just for
Looking at my
audio.
calendar and just
Jamarl was
didn't
alone.
make sense for a second, but now it does.
You can see the teleprompters,
so
a white
heads up, yeah,
tablet
again, we'll be back in the new
teleprompters.
year. We'll be back on the Monday.
Shane's is
in the
hidden,
new year.
but
This is the last day we'll
I
be on
did
this year. And
find it
anyway, just quick.
right
heads up.
here
We-
through
we
the
had been,
sunglasses.
We'd gone back and forth on
There it
the
is, right
second
there.
last week. There'd been like, I think if you remember,
You see
Jamarl, a
both
brief moments of radio confusion
the same
between us.
because I thought it was on
time.
Thursday.
But no, it's Friday.
Yeah,
And
Wait,
what,
no, it's Wednesday. Now I'm confusing it even more. My goodness. Anyway, let's get into headlines. So
Shane
for
ends
Journal
up
this morning,
moving his phone
we've got COVID stats first up. Yesterday in the
to
United
where
States, there were
that
188,798
teleprompter
COVID cases
would
reported.
be. He
Also,
picks up, he
2,078
plays
new
with the
deaths.
white
Over the past week,
cup.
there have been an average of about 143,164 cases per day. That's an increase
Shane's
of 27%
freaking out.
from the
It's from a
average 2
couple weeks ago before they
62%
went on
of the
the
total
holiday.
American public has been fully vaccinated. 73%
Shane's
of
freaking out
residents have
'cause
received at least one dose of a COVID
This is
vaccine.
called
As
proof
of this morning,
that
the
they're
coronavirus has
scripted.
infected
that they're rigged.
51,303,000 people across the United States, and it has killed 808,414 people here in the U.S.
So he's clearly
national
reading
news.
something.
President Joe Biden appears
They want you to
determined
think he's
return
reading
to
off of the
negotiating
computer,
table with
but
Senator
it's
Joe Manchin, the holdout Democrat
white
who effectively
tablet
tanked the party's signature $2
teleprompters.
trillion domestic policy initiative with his own jarring
See it
year-end
right there, the
announcement.
corner of it.
Biden, responding
There's
to
a
reporters'
gap
questions Tuesday at the White House, joked that he holds no grudges
In
against
the
conservative West Virginia
microphone
senator. The president's
arm.
off-the-cuff
There's a
remarks
gap
constitute
there.
his first public statement as Democrats struggle to pick up the pieces from Manchin's
They're rotating
announcement
the
over the
table.
weekend that he would not support the bill.
It's not that
As is.
effective. It
By the way,
didn't
there's no
stop
information on that.
myself.
Please do.
Well, you know, we were
So
going back and
Jamarl
forth on,
fake
like, why on
reaches
earth
over.
Manchin all of a sudden
He's
did this?
starting.
'Cause it
See,
seems,
Jamarl just
according to
moved
the White
over
House
from
by
that
surprise, according to
computer.
the
He
other
wants
people
people
in
to
Congress
think
by
he's on the
surprise.
computer.
And you know, he then goes on to the radio show.
Now
and
he's
basically
looking
says,
right.
you know,
He's
Joe
away
Biden
from
is
the
a good guy,
computer.
but
He
those people at the
realizes
White
it. He
House,
pushed
like,
himself
sad stuff.
over.
Well, come to find out,
No
you guys
human
were
is
right. That
more
basically
clever than
somebody
reality.
said
No
it.
human.
We called it.
Shane's
Somebody,
freaking
like,
out
went
on the
too
other
far or something,
side.
or
They
put a knife in
going,
him, and somebody
talking
that he
over
heard,
one
he did
another.
particularly like, and he pulls a House of Cards moment. So he goes on Fox News. Oh, I've
Fake
negotiated
crocodile
in good faith
laugh
for
from
so
Shane.
long, and I just can't come to a
House
deal.
of Cards moment is like killing people. It gets that crazy.
Why would
I was
Jamarl be
more so
typing
for
it
the notion of, okay, I'm gonna
to
say that this is my
computer?
little
And why is he
reason, but
looking
really
up
my
at the
feelings were
ceiling
hurt
like
because
that?
somebody had to go at me.
Yeah.
It's that part, and it's like, oh, you petty.
Why are they on
petty,
drugs
petty
all the
man.
time?
Well, kind of. But
Why
also
are
it
all
shows
the
that they're
people
getting
on these
desperate, right?
shows
Why do
drug
they do that? Why do they
addicts?
suddenly start to bare their fangs? Because they're getting desperate.
Well,
Why
they're
they-
annoyed, right? I mean,
They're
it's
getting
like,
desperate,
you
they're getting
apparently using a
annoyed.
knife. And in their particular situation, they were
You would
using
get
a
desperate
carrot
and annoyed
the
if
entire time.
no
And I think to
thought
your
was
point,
your own.
Maybe they shouldn't have used that carrot.
You're
in
just
the beginning.
reading
Maybe
off
they
of the
should have did
script.
this a bit differently.
I said that. I will say that again as somebody who's
And
not
then they
not
laugh it
hugely
up.
in favor of because you know the inflation.
Even
stuff
when the
is real.
proof's
But,
right there.
yeah, it seemed like they were trying to play nice with Manchin for so many months earlier this year when.
So they
there's
get
just
moments
the
of
impasses
confidence,
where
but
they're
then
gonna
right
get
there,
back.
Shane's back to freaking himself
I
out,
mean, like I
looking
said,
on that
Biden seemed like he was
teleprompter.
blindsided by
That
the
small
whole
white
thing.
tablet.
And, you know,
Is
it's
this where
like,
he moves his
whether you're
phone?
for it or against it. If you're going to Fox News basically saying, I negotiated...
Jamarl has
and
his
I couldn't necessarily come to
cell
a deal,"
phone right there.
and you find out that the
in
real
view.
reason is not that. The real
He's
reason
clearly
is more
away
so
from
along
the
the line
computer
of,
monitor.
let's be honest.
He
didn't
slid
wanna do
over.
it,
He
right?
tries
It's
to
that part.
look at
And it's
it.
like, okay, if you guys
Some
are gonna
prop
go
like
with me,
that
well,
notebook.
fine.
Yeah.
I will take my ball and I'll go home.
It's that, but it's human, and it makes perfect damn sense to me. And maybe it's a pretense.
They're
and maybe he's
reading.
playing it up as a pretense, and I'm not going to what it is. But also, he's probably annoyed.
Yeah, he's
Here
probably
we
annoyed.
go.
Listen to him.
What we call the human factor, which is of course everything, whatever. Which is
The human factor is that I shattered the fourth
taking
wall.
a very long time, and they keep his feeling. I'm filling in here slightly. Is they keep screwing with me.
Yeah.
It just takes so long, and they keep throwing thing after thing, and it's like, first now we put this in, and then they start pressuring me. Then, first is Bernie coming to West Virginia and rallying against me and in favor of climate change.
This will shift to news headlines soon.
And then it's like whatever this person said, whoever this person
And then
is,
one can see that Shane is using the computer
He was like, somebody must have said something to him. He felt some kind of
as
way,
a
and that's
prop
exactly what it was.
when he's
It's
really
kinda
reading
narrowed
from
it
the
down.
hidden,
That was
obscured
like, no, he was the one who
white
thought that
tablet
specifically what it was.
teleprompter
Anyway,
that
we get more headlines.
is evident
Colorado
in
Governor
the
Jared Polis told reporters
sunglasses.
on Tuesday that his office has received a clemency application.
So we'll get a
for
full-on
Rogel
view of
Aguilar
Shane soon
Medeiros,
enough.
a truck
I have
driver
this
who was
volume on
sentenced
low.
last week to 110 years in prison for causing a deadly crash on I-70 after the brakes failed on his truck. Because of Colorado's mandatory minimum sentencing laws that apply to cases where a person is killed, the trucker was sentenced to 110 years in prison,
a good view of
with
it.
the judge presiding over the case saying, quote, "If I had the discretion, it would not be my sentence."
So he's looking.
And
He,
we had a
see,
conversation
he's
just a couple days ago about this.
the
with
computer's
Steve
right
Oakley,
there, but
who
then he
gave
moves
us a
over.
sort of
See how
early
his eyes
heads up on
shifted?
this story, which we were talking about.
You
the
can see the
supply chain shortage,
teleprompters
specifically
reflecting
about,
off the
Biden's
sunglasses.
plan
Right there,
to
he's
get
looking
new
at
truck
that white
drivers out on
tablet.
the road, to get new truckers.
That's where he moved the
educated
phone.
and hired.
Jamarl
And
and
what
these
he laid out
guys
for
were
us,
on
as is
drugs and
demonstrated by
laughing
this
it
story,
up because this
that
is
you
the
have-
life
if you
they
put
chose
undereducated people
to
out
be
on the road, somebody who just
disinfo,
goes in, takes a couple, takes a test,
cointelpro.
spends a couple days learning, and then gets out and they're driving. You might think,
Shane,
okay,
that guy's dad is Lee
what do you need to know? But it
Stranahan,
turns out,
who is a proven
in these
cointelpro
situations, this guy is
agent.
going down the way that
Lee
Stephen Oakley described it,
Stranahan, paid
he's going
fake.
downhill. And you know
Buddies
those
with
runoffs
Brandon
that you do, if
Darby.
you're going downhill and you lose your brakes.
All
in the truck,
scripted.
there's that
This is
runoff
going on
ramp
for
thing that you can
years.
go up. So this guy,
We're
for some
born
reason,
into
his natural
this
tendency isn't
garbage.
to use that, probably because he's an inexperienced driver, so he doesn't use the sort of off-ramp thing to slow his truck down. He just stays on the traffic in the process, killing people by running into them. Again, a case of him being inexperienced. Not
There's
having
a
the right
teleprompter
responses
straight
these
ahead in the
situations.
back.
So when Stephen
That's
Oakley
where
was making a case
Shane
about, okay, what happens if you get tens of thousands
reads
of new drivers on the
from,
road, and then he was
or
and
that
he was
little
talking
white
about the
one.
economics of it. Well, we
So
get
he's
more
in no
headlines.
man's
But it was a
land
fascinating
here. They're having
conversation.
a
If you're
fake
interested in the story, I
dialogue.
recommend that you go back and check that out. That was just this Monday, I believe.
If you
And
watch
I
any of these
checked my notes
shows,
at 9:15 a.m. Eastern.
you'll see that they're
And 9:15
scripted.
this Monday.
Right? See, he looks straight across
Anyway,
into
we've
the
got
other
more
room,
headlines here.
the back room.
White House
There's a
Press Secretary Jen
teleprompter that he
Psaki
reads
admitted
off of.
regret for a dismissive response she gave on sending at-home
They think we're
test kits to all
stupid,
Americans
but I think
at
they're
Snide Track,
stupid, and that's
2
why they
weeks
don't get
before
many
President
page views.
Biden offered up that very same solution.
It's about a
Quote,
minute
"Can
and
we
a
just
half to
send
go
one to
on
every
this. What
American?"
I'm doing
End
here.
quote. She had snapped when pressed about the
And I'm
process
just
of
gonna,
providing
for the
refunds to those
third
who brought
segment,
tests.
I'll
Psaki said she
just
regretted the response and went on to
sing a
add that
couple
her new
tunes or
attitude came as
something.
more resources were
I
available
think I already
to
figured
US
out what I
residents
want to
seeking free
do.
tests amid the Omicron
Gonna do
variant
this tune, Don't
surge.
Rock the
Why have
Boat.
the response anyway? In general,
Wait, say that again?
why have the response anyway?
Why would she be snappishly?
Yeah,
Because,
I mean,
because
somebody-
she's having to do the impossible, which is defend a babbling, do-nothing president, an administration that was touted as the stabilizing.
He's a
and
drug
intelligent
addict. You
force
can
in the
tell
room.
by
And then
his
they're
face.
giving her absolutely nothing.
See, he's looking
when it
straight
comes to actual
ahead.
policies. So what do you? What
He
do you
knew
say?
it. He
Some
knows.
days the job is rough.
In his subconscious, he
Yeah,
knows that I
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Because I already told these guys. See, what's he looking at? Right there. Now he's reading something. Right there.
And she wasn't doing
Fucking
it
idiots.
from her stage there. She should resign.
Jamarl
and-
laughing
and
it
talk
up
about
'cause he's a
stuff.
drug
She should- I don't know,
addict.
She
She
should
should resign and talk about stuff.
She should resign and talk about stuff. She should exit the administration and
Fake
publicly start to go
fuckers.
over the problems that she sees in it, which is either clear
strong shit.
disloyalty.
Put up some
That's a little-
screenshots there that
or
I dropped that
yet
comment
another
down
crack
today.
that we
You
need to
five.
create in
they're
this
faking his
horrible
comrades.
monolith that's living in our White House.
They
Anyway.
rotate the table, so I'm unable to easily.
In international news,
There's
British Prime
Fiorella
Minister
on
Boris Johnson said on
RT,
Tuesday that he would not be
Fiorella.
introducing new COVID-19 restrictions in England before
It's all
Christmas.
fake.
But the
Jimmy
situation
Dore,
remains extremely
Kim
difficult,
Iverson.
and the
There's
government might need to
Pasta
act
on
afterwards.
RT.
Britain has
Fake
reported record
fuckers.
levels of
Fake
COVID-19
fucking
cases
fake
over the past
fucking
week as the highly
trash.
transmissible
Graham
Omicron variant
Elwood,
spreads, and
trash,
hospitalizations
who was
are
in
also rising. In tech
fake
news,
comic,
U.S. auto safety
doing
regulators
tours of
today said they had opened
Afghanistan,
a
Iraq.
federal
Oh,
safety
there's Helen
investigation
Beninsky.
into
Yeah, nothing weird
580,000
about
Tesla
her.
vehicles sold since 2017.
Let's go to Marie, calling in from Georgia. Marie, you're on the line. What's on your mind this morning?
Good morning to both of you, and Happy New Year to both of you. But this, what you guys are talking about is kind of what I was ultimately getting at before, the New Year and Christmas and all that stuff. And what you were just talking about with the real estate market is something my husband and I have been talking about, since like right before the pandemic even started, because our generation, because I'm going to let you guys know I'm roughly the same age as you guys.
Wait, are you? I look a lot younger than what I actually am. I'm 44. Shane is like in his 20s.
Well, I'll still consider you my generation because I am a millennial.
Ah, fair enough.
But we basically, we don't have as much wealth as our parents or as our grandparents, or if we're lucky enough, our great grandparents. So we do live in this culture where everything is for sale, everything is for rent. I'm seeing more and more online shopping that there are options that you can basically do layaway through any sort of financial institution that's willing to provide the service. And it's just like, do we own anything anymore? It's just,
No.
It's crazy. It's absolutely
100% valid, Marie. Real quick, you might have seen this, you might not have, but especially because you're just the first person calling in. Thank you for calling in. Like your comments and like what you had to say last year. Peter Coffin, who was like our last guest of the year last year on the last show, you had called in. I don't know if you saw this, Marie, but on Twitter after the show, he gave you like a public shout out and said he really appreciated your call.
Well, yeah,
so just,
and thank you very much. That's so nice.
So I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Ever since our voyage of love began, your touch has thrilled me like the rush of the wind, and your arms have held me safe from a rolling sea. There's always been a quiet place to harbor you and me. Our love is like a ship on the ocean, been sailing with a cargo full of love and devotion. So I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Up to now we've sailed through every storm, and I've always had your tender lips to keep me warm. Oh, I need to have the strength that flows from you. Don't let me drift away, my dear, when love can see me through. Our love is like a ship on the ocean. We've been sailing with a cargo full of love and devotion. So I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, rock the boat, oh. Rock on with you, baby. Rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't rock with you, baby. Rock the boat. Oh yeah, rock the boat. Rock the boat, boat. Yeah. Rock the boat. 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 Rock the boat.